welcome to the third episode of NSSF Friends with Benefits. I am Crystal Newman.
And my name is Gaetano Kagwa. This is the show where you save, you win. It is the NSSF Friends with Benefits show.
Now, we share stories from 20 individuals from all across Uganda who receive their benefits from NSSF and use them to transform their lives.
Now, in order for you to have your favorite win, you need to vote. It's up to you out over there watching. So we'll give you those details a bit later on how that voting will take place.
Now, last week, we met with 3 contestants. Mrs. Lynn Kejuka.
She was able, of course, to finish her retirement home and also go into her passion of farming.
We heard Daniel Insibambi's story.
He completed his commercial building and also went into forestry, something he also loves.
And we talked to Gad Atuhaire of The Fine Wine.
Oh, the fine wine. I can't wait to have a little bit more of that fine wine. Absolutely.
Now, at the end of this episode, we will reveal who of the 3 will make it to the final 8.
We have 2 contestants who will be joining us today on the show. But before we meet them, let's meet our panel of judges.
We'll start with Stevens Mwanje. Welcome to the show again.
Thank you, Crystal.
And next we do have the lovely Mabel Chigundu. Mabel, how are you today?
Thank you very much. I'm fine.
Good.
We have Paul Busharizi. Good to see you.
Glad to be here.
And last but not least, Barbara Arimi. Barbara, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm very good. Can we just have a conversation, me and you, and forget everybody else?
Now, in today's Friends with Benefits, we travel to Nyanama to meet Florence Kabagweri, and then to Mbarara to hear from Rita Arinaitwe. But first, here is Florence's story.
My name is Kabagweri Florence. My husband's name was called Fred Muhenda.
My father was a quiet man, but he loved music. He really loved his music. He used to collect albums, Lingala, country music. I think that's where I picked my love for music also from.
He was working with the URA. He was transferred to Crescent Tower. At Crescent Tower, that's when he became sick. When he was making short call, he saw the urine was yellow. He said, "What is this?" Let me go to the hospital. He went to the hospital, checking. They declared bad news. It was cancer.
Treating the disease was very expensive. They're trying to get medicine from all over.
The medicine, the dose was 3 million per week. We couldn't handle. We started getting money from relatives and friends. They started collecting money. The account became 0. That's when he passed away. When my husband passed on, a friend told me, "Can you please start processing the NSSF so they can give you that money?" Others were discouraging me. "NSSF, you're wasting your time." I applied for survivor's benefit. Within 2006, that's when I got the money from NSSF.
That money did a great deal for the family. Thankfully, she also had a dream already. She wanted to start a school and she needed financial support.
Take your time and listen to your radio. All those stories from your frequency.
The money helped me to start the school. The money helped Jesse to study. The money fed the people around me. The relatives who are still here. Myself, I was able to go back to college. I got my diploma.
If we try,
Right now we are Turnaround Community Primary School. This is a branch of Turnaround Kindergarten. We have P1, P2, P3 and P4. Hoping next year to get P5, P6 and P7. We have created it for community members to have quality education at a low rate. We're helping the community through helping single parents, orphans, and low-income earners. It is because of NSSF. So even if you see the primary starting, Turnaround Kindergarten is the mother. Fred went and God chose NSSF to take care of the family. May God bless NSSF. I thank God for NSSF.
And that is Florence's amazing story. Having someone fall sick in your family and having medical treatment can devastate you, especially financially. So for her to receive her husband's terminal benefits and to be able to do so much is truly inspiring. Let's meet the lady herself right now. Here is Florence Kabagweri. Have a seat. Welcome, welcome. Have a seat. Now, Florence, we have 4 judges here who would like to know a little bit more about you. Mabel?
Yes.
Okay.
We've just watched the video about what you're doing.
Yes, please.
I think you're doing great things.
Thank you.
We thank you for everything. Did you sit down to plan how you would use that money?
I had a vision, and he was part of the vision. He had promised that I'm going to support you, we're going to start a school. That's when the disease came and took him. After his death, the account was 0. I was like, what next? Am I going to die? How about the children? But thank God, NSSF was there. I started using this money for just school fees. Enoch is there also. Why you want? Would they like stand up and you have a look at them? Just stand up. That one was 14 years. Enoch was 2 years. Enoch, stand up. Enoch was 2 years. Because they had a vision and we had a home, I started using a home. We shifted, me and my children and our family members, we shifted from the main house to the garage and the boys' quarter. I planned, I started, and Enoch was 2 years. He was the first in the register. I started believing baby class, middle, top. By the end of the year, we were 13.
On to our next question.
What have been the main challenges and what has kept you pressing on?
The main challenges in most of the finance. The account was getting dry again. Thank God within that time, NSSF informed me, there is a bar scam for your money. Resurrected me. I went there, I thought it was 1 million, over 2. Reaching there, it was a miracle. My life came back, resurrected me. NSSF, by the way, is my savior, second to Jesus. I came, then I started investing again, making the school shine, like the name shine around.
Okay. Congratulations, and now to our next question.
So, Florence, it's really a heartwarming story. So, imagine it became even more heartwarming, and NSSF came again when you're at 80%, and you know, hopefully, you know, you be the one who gets the 30 million. What plans? What would you do with this money?
If I manage to use 17 million, I have reached to this extent. Yeah? Children are studying, I'm helping the community. The women around there are working, the workers, but I have 25 workers. Every holiday, I bring people who are better to come and give them a refreshers course. They teach them reading, they teach them how to teach children reading, customer care, how to handle children. Because of that, I really said, next stage, college. At least to train teachers, our own teachers, and to teach skills. So as children, as they grow, they can use other venues of making money, not just because of books. Yeah. Next stage, college.
Well, thank you very, very, very much. And if you are moved by Florence's story, if you want to help her on her journey to improve our education in Uganda, well, do vote for her. Now, you can vote by texting Vote Kabagweri, that is Kabagweri. So text Vote Kabagweri and send that to 8338. You can also vote online by going to www.nssfug.org. So we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after the break.
Sweetie, who is that?
Okay, now, who is she?
Honey, it's not what you think. She's NSSF Go. Here, see how much we've saved.
Oh my God.
NSSF Go is so easy you'll always want to know. Track your savings via online and mobile. Download the NSSF Go app or dial *254#. For more information, visit www.nssfug.org. NSSF, a better life.
Welcome back to the NSSF Friends with Benefits show. My name is Gaetano. With me in the studio, we do have Edward Senyonjo, who is head of risk at NSSF, to help us understand the work that they do to make sure that when you're not there, your family is looked after. Edward, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Help me understand, for example, the two benefits that you have. There is the survivor benefit and also the invalidity benefit.
Those two are some of the benefits that we offer to our members. Invalidity benefit is given to a member who has been physically or mentally incapacitated, either by accident or by a serious illness. So if he's incapacitated, is not able to work, the last resort is the NSSF. When he is in that situation, NSSF can come in to help them to get out of that situation by providing them with their contribution or their savings with the NSSF. So we come in and bridge that gap. The other benefit that you mentioned about, which is the survivor's benefit, this is given to the dependent relative of the deceased member. If a member passes on, we are obliged to help his dependent relatives. The first priority are the children and the spouse of the deceased member. If the member died when he didn't have a spouse, didn't have children, then we consider his parents or his siblings. If those are not available as well, then other relatives as prescribed by the minister. Maybe the other point I have to emphasize here, the money that we pay to our members is free of tax and is free of any processing charge. As you get the money as you see it on your statement.
So there's no 6% what of the government taking.
What you see is what you get. Right.
Let me ask, if somebody has all the prerequisites, the documentation, they come forward and all that, how long does it take for you to process the papers and for these people to receive their benefits, for both invalidity and also survivor benefit?
Okay. So the length of time usually depends on the nature of the claim. For some, we can take even 3 days or 2 days. But for survivors, because we're dealing with a third party whom we don't know, so we take a little bit of time to validate and make sure that we're paying a right person, okay? But if you are the member who has come to claim, we have your fingerprint, we have your photograph, we have everything about you, so we don't take much time.
Obviously, things have changed at NSSF because it used to take longer, but now that period has been shortened.
Things have changed.
Wonderful.
We're
news.
using technology now.
Digital age, eh?
Yes.
To the digital. Thank you so much for clearing that up. We do appreciate it and all the work that you're doing. Head of NSSF Risk, Edward Sonyo, please give him a hand of applause. All right, let's watch this video and meet Rita, our next contestant.
After giving birth to my third born, I got problems. My body was swelling. I couldn't even dress. I would just get a lace, put it on, and move around with it because I was feeling very heavy. And then when I went back to hospital, the doctors told me, look here, your heart has a problem. The main vein was almost getting blocked, so blood was not going out. Instead, it was flowing back. At first, they told me it is going to be India and you need about 60 million. Now I just cried. Because Rita, I never had even your mutual on my account. Now you have to look for 60 million. You have no parent. You have no good friend, you know. It's like, God, look here. If you want to take me, you take me. But I grew up as an orphan. Do not let my children grow up as orphans as well. God heard my prayer. The NSSF Mbara branch visited our place. It was in January 2015. They told us the process that we can go through to get the money. So after that, I went slowly and met the manager, and we talked about it. Gave me papers to fill. In the second week, I got a call that, Rita, this is how much you have. Please visit your branch and they'll work on you. I did the surgery from the Uganda Heart Institute at Mulago Hospital. The money I received from NSSF, my benefits, covered my hospital bill more than 50%. And now I'm fine. Blood moves as well. I can move on foot as other people. I can play with my children at home. I have 3 children, but I never carried any of them on my back. But now I can carry my last born.
Almighty God, we thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for our mother. Help those who are in the hospitals. Help them to recover quickly like my mother. I have prayed through your Jesus in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. I'm now back at work. I'm now a lecturer. I can go in class, teach students, and they are happy, and I'm also happy again. So I'm saving with NSSF. I continued when I went back to my workplace because I know my money is much safer there than anywhere else. Because of NSSF, I'm alive. If I never had that money, the surgery was not going to take place and I would be dead by then. In our language, we say, amagara ngachira magana, meaning life is better than wealth. So now that I have life, I have wealth, all because of NSSF.
That is a very powerful story, a very moving one, very touching one. Help me welcome on stage a survivor, somebody who's doing a lot for her children, Rita Arinaitwe. Rita, it is such a pleasure to have you in the studio here with us, and thank you so much for coming. We've been sitting here in studio watching, and there was not a sound in the studio. Everybody was captivated by your story. Let me hand you over to our guests. We have 4 guests over here, and I'll let them choose amongst themselves who will ask the first question.
If you were to win and get the 30 million, how would you use it?
The 30 million I'm crying for on my knees. First and foremost, I want to build a house for my children. And secondly, I want to go into commercial farming. And then I can get a chance of having other people benefit from what I got from NSSF.
Rita, a very moving story. Obviously, I can't overemphasize that. But again, as I've said before, you've had a second lease on life. What are you doing, individually as a person to, of course, God decides, but to prolong your life, to keep healthy, to keep on going, especially for your children? Is there anything you're doing?
Minus the word of God, I do work recommended by the doctors, because now I'm on medication, monthly medication. I take my medicines, I do recommended work, and I live responsibly as a lady of substance.
Wow, Rita, wow. Very, very inspiring story. Tell us, you clearly did not know about NSSF and whether you could claim your invalidity benefit. Now that you know, what are you doing to make sure that other people who may be in the situation that you were in are able to approach NSSF and access their benefits?
NSSF in the first place gave me a new name. I'm now called Miracle Lady. Back at home, I'm a Miracle Lady. Now I tell them, don't just call me Miracle Lady, you just add there from NSSF, because NSSF saved my life for sure. And then I go around tell them, please make sure you go and inquire from your employers if those people are saving your money with NSSF. At least I'm giving that gospel about NSSF, I'm very sure.
3 children to support, NSSF came through, you want to educate yourself and give back to other communities. I think that's very commendable indeed. All right, that was our second contestant. And if you want to vote for Rita Arinaitwe, all you have to do, it's very simple, is type the word vote Arinaitwe and you send that to 8338. It's very simple indeed. You could also go online and vote from there. All you have to do again is go to www.nssfug.org and then voila, you could vote for Rita. It's that simple. We'll be back after this very short break because we need to reveal who won from last week. So we'll be back with that and so much more right here on NSSF Friends with Benefits.
When I started out, all I had was my dreams, a belief that every man deserves his own home. I got myself a mortgage from Housing Finance Bank and I built this house. I say house because it only became a home when she came into the picture. Like me, she believed we had to build our future. We had a child and needed to open a Total Treasures account. My wife's farming business was boosted with a Housing Finance Agribusiness loan. My friend Brian was so inspired. He took out a salary loan and started his own hardware. The thing is, people know Housing Finance Bank to be the most reliable mortgage bank. So did I. Housing Finance has done more than help me build a house. It helped and is still helping us build a future as a family. Housing Finance Bank. We make it easy.
Housing Finance Bank is regulated by the Bank of Uganda.
Win big with Postbank Uganda over the next 4 months. Win a brand new Toyota Premio, Bajaj motorcycle and smartphones at only 20,000 Uganda shillings. All you need to do is activate your account with a minimum deposit of 20,000 shillings. Use your account at least 3 times monthly and maintain a monthly minimum balance of 200,000 Uganda shillings for 4 months to qualify for the weekly and monthly draws to win smartphones, flat screens and motorcycles and a grand prize of a brand new Toyota Premio. All existing, new and old Postbank customers qualify for the Win Big campaign. For more information on how to win big, visit any Postbank branch closest to you. Postbank, empowering you.
Welcome back to NSSF Friends with Benefits. Now, shortly, we will be revealing who from the 3 contestants last week will secure a place in the final 8. But let's recap what happened on today's show. We met 2 amazing women, Florence Kabagweri as well as Rita Arinaitwe. For them to secure a place as well, you must vote.
Now, if you'd like to see Rita Arinaitwe make it to the final 8 and a chance to win 30 million shillings, why don't you vote for her? Simply type the word vote, leave a space, then you put Arinaitwe and you send that to 8338 and voila, she could be in for the big one, 30 million shillings.
And to vote for Florence Kabagweri, pretty much type vote Kabagweri and send that to 8338. Now, you can also vote online. Just go to www.nssfug.org. And of course, we would love to hear from you. You can engage with us using the hashtag FriendsWithBenefits on Facebook and Twitter.
Very simple.
Shall we now reveal who is moving on?
Yes, but wait. I would like to first of all, we would rather like to first acknowledge people who have made our judges look absolutely spectacular. Of course, Afros and Mo have given us the makeup, and also to Joy and Mo for the wardrobe of our judges. Thank you so much indeed.
And now, it is time to find out who is moving on to the final 8.
Who are the contestants?
Just to remind you.
Just to remind you.
We had Gad Atuhaire. We had Daniel Insibambi. And Mrs. Lynn Kejuka.
All right. Drum roll, please.
And the person moving on to the final 8 of the NSSF Friends with Benefits show is Gad Atuhaire.
The winemaker is in the final 8. My man, well done. Listen, you can keep viewing us right here for the NSSF Friends with Benefits show on television.
See you next Sunday.
Bye-bye.